YouTube, and welcome to this edition of Race Car Fabrication and Restoration. I'm Ronnie Humphrey. Thanks for joining us today. Well, I just made a blazing trip all the way out to Augusta, Georgia, and I think we've been driving for about, I guess about 24 hours over the last day and a half, but we had to go out and pick up something special, and there it is. This is the power plant for the 1988 Buick Regal Winston Cup car that we are restoring. We're going to get it unloaded here and get it cleaned up and check the valve springs and scope the motor out. It's been sitting for a pretty good while, but let's get it unloaded and let's see what we find out. All right, as you can see, the main thing was after was a dry sump motor because this car has a dry sump setup. And I didn't have any dry sump motors. So this motor here is a aluminum head, I say a super late model motor. It came out of his last super late model, asphalt late model. And I'm gonna try to clean it up here. It's been sitting in storage for a long time. And I'm gonna try to clean it up here a little bit. The main thing is I want to pull the valve covers off. So we need to check the valve springs and we need to scope it. But I'm just gonna see if I can get a little bit of this crud off of the valve cover area here and across the intake and see if we can try to open it up and just check, see what the valve springs look like just visually and see what we got. Okay, we got it cleaned up a little bit. Looks a lot better than it did. Like I say, it's been sitting in storage for a good while. We're going to tear this thing. I just want to see what the valve spring looks like. Pick up these nuts. Hopefully this thing's not stuck on here too bad. No, this will come on. Okay. It's got a regular stud girdle, no shaft rockers or anything. There's some big old springs on it. I wanted to try to clean this motor up a little bit more, so I took a header gasket and made a seal plate. I've already got one of them installed over here. And on this side, so hopefully that'll put a header gasket behind it. That'll keep it sealed up, and the carburetor's already sealed up. So I'm gonna get in there and try to get some degreaser on here and try to get this motor cleaned up a little bit more. So we'll get this one put on this side real quick and see if we can hose this thing down. Well, that looks a whole lot better. Nice and shiny and clean like it should be. I think this motor had about 15 plus years of dust and grime on it. It really wasn't dirty, just a lot of dust, but it looked like it may have been seeping a little bit of oil last time it was raced. But we're gonna put it to the side for right now. So we've got to get this car here as a roller and get the suspension on it before we start working on all the other stuff. At some point, you'll get some motor mounts, put this in the car, and start playing with the headers and the wiring and all that stuff. So it's just, right now, it's going to be okay just sit on the side. We're going to go ahead and check the valve springs, and we're going to turn it over. I know it turns over free, but we're going to go ahead and spin it a little bit more, check the valve springs, and plus I'm going to scope the cylinder walls, make sure they're okay. But that's on for another show, so we'll be right back with you. Well, I appreciate you guys watching as always. I just wanted you to see this brief, abbreviated show so that you would see we do have a motor now, and it's a good fire-breathing motor. It should make plenty of horsepower. My guess is that motor should make around 700 horsepower pretty easy. So we're going to put it in the corner right now so we can get this chassis here converted to a full roller. It's just a matter of cleaning up parts, and we're going to continue mounting those. So that's what we'll pick up the next episode with. Hey, please subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so. Tell your friends about us. I sure would appreciate it. We're picking up a lot of subscribers now, and we will get to that 1,000 mark. That's our goal. And then YouTube is hopefully going to pick us up and start promoting the channel for us. And you won't hear me complain about subscribing every week. But I hope you guys have a fantastic day. God bless you. And we'll see you next time on Race Car Fabrication and Restoration. Take care.